everyone, and welcome back to my YouTube channel where we indulge in all things Janelly. So here is a new video for all of you guys. Thank you so much for the support on my last two videos. So this is going to be my February bullet journal video. It's going to be all about how I set that out and what I decided to do to actually mark February. February this year is going to be a very interesting month for me. It's going to be I feel like it's going to be very laid back. As far as I know, it's quite uncertain. And if you live in the UK like I am, it's a very, very uncertain time in the UK. So I feel like February is kind of a transitional month hopefully out of lockdown into something new. And it's just been a bit of a blur. January's been a bit of a blur. So now we're going to move into February, which is just a new time, a new mindset. I'm going to try to give myself a new mindset, a new kind of, you want to look at things differently every time you start a new month. And with a bullet journal, you can definitely do that. You can reset your life, reset your month, reset your mindset. And that's why I really like doing bullet journaling, because every single month is a new challenge, a new goal, and something you want to do differently. So I started off this bullet journal just doing a sunset. So I'm using Prismacolor pencils to build up some color on the page. And I'm just basically going to draw a sunset. And I feel like it doesn't really represent anything too deep, I feel like, for February. But it's just something I wanted to draw. Something I wanted to try out, because I do a lot of sunsets or, skies with a lot of paint. And I wanted to see how I could do that with pencil. And obviously my bullet journal pages are quite thin, so I can't really use loads of markers and watercolor in my bullet journal. So hopefully once I finish this one, I'll probably buy one that has better pages and thicker pages. So I'm just going to be using some yellow, some orange, some red, and then at the top I'm going to be using some purple, just to give this a really interesting sky sunset kind of feel. So to add to my sunset scene, I'm just going to be drawing like a balcony, 4 different balconies on either side, just to add some pizzazz to it, just to add something more to the actual scene. And later on, I'm also going to add some birds. I feel like February is also going to be about birds. I drew quite a few birds in this spread, and I feel like it's kind of representing freedom and freedom of creativity, and I feel like this whole entire situation has allowed me to embrace my creativity and my skills outside of academics. And I feel like this is the beginning of me realizing that there is more to there's more to purpose than just one job, or more to things than just one thing that you like to do. You can have many different talents, and I feel like that's what all these lockdowns have kind of awoken in me. So yeah, so basically I'm just going to be drawing some birds. I'm going to be drawing birds throughout the spread, and I feel like when it was last year and we had the lockdown initially, there was a lot of birds, and my mum and my brother basically coined them the lockdown birds. So that's why I'm going to be drawing some birds. So for the next part of the spread, I did another sunset kind of thing, but this time I'm going to write a Bible quote over it. And this is from Jeremiah 29:11. It says, "For I know the thoughts that I think towards you, says the Lord, thoughts of peace and not of evil, to give you a future and a hope." So I feel like right now, a lot of us, especially in the UK, we feel a bit hopeless, and we feel like our future has been taken from us, or we feel a bit like we don't really know what to do with ourselves now. So I feel like this quote really sums up a lot of things and kind of put everything in perspective, that, we all have a future, we all have hope, and, the Lord is protecting us throughout. So for the title part of this page, I used some purple highlighter and my Stentender pens. I never know how to say that word, but I used some fine liners over it just to give it some more definition, and just give it more color. And then I highlighted 29:11, and yeah, that's how I did my first one. So to incorporate our perfect February this month, I did a huge calendar spread actually this time. Usually I don't do this for my monthly spreads, but I feel like it was needed this month, and because most of the things I'm going to be doing this month is under my control and I'm going to be planning out my days, I felt like I just probably need to actually have everything in my bullet journal just so I can see it. So all my videos, titles, when I'm going to be releasing them, when I'm going to be editing, what uni work I'm doing, and everything like that is all going to be in this planner part of my journal. And yeah, I'm just going to take advantage of this lovely square month. The perfect February starts on a Monday and ends on a Sunday. We can't hope for anything more. So as I said before, I'm just going to be adding some birds to the spread, and I'm also going to be doing like a Dutch door kind of spread where you can kind of see some of my trackers in the next page. So stay tuned for seeing that. So here I'm just going to be cutting out the Dutch door, and I'm just going to make sure that the feathers aren't trimmed off. So I'm just going to be using my scissors very, very carefully just to make sure that I get all the shapes out and it looks a bit more cohesive as well. So that's what I'm going to be doing, just so you can see a little bit of my mood tracker underneath it. So moving on to the final part of my monthly spread for February, I just combined a lot of these different trackers. So I've got my monthly recap part, I've got my mood log, and I've also got my habit tracker. So I've all combined all of these into one page, and I think it's just better for me to do it like that this month, because there's less days and there's less things going on, so at least I can just keep track of everything more cohesively. And I'm just going to be drawing a little bit more birds, just making sure that this kind of theme is throughout my entire spread. And I really do like drawing silhouettes of birds. So I just outlined them with some purple fine liner, and then I just went on and drew basically like a clothesline that they're standing on. So I just outlined all the titles and also wrote down my numbers for my mood log. So every single day I like to write like a little, basically like a sentence about how I felt about that day, and I just write it next to it there. And then for my monthly recap, at the end of the month, I just say the main events that happened in the month. It could be things that happen in the world, it could be happening in my life, it could be anything really. And then I'm just going on to my habit tracker. So I'm just going to have all my habits down the side and just track them using the box. Thank you so much for watching, guys, and make sure that you look down in the description box for any links to follow me on social media. Thank you so much.